To the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. In breaking news just in, Hong Kong-based gaming company Boya intends to buy $45 million worth of Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Hong Kong, let's freaking go. We'll also be discussing breaking news. BlackRock says that USDT and USDC stablecoins pose a risk to Bitcoin, and on-chain analyst William Clemente responded, BlackRock is funding their own investment, which is Circle, before their launch of their own stablecoin. But remember, it's only business. And according to Mr. Kevin O'Leary, the days of the crypto cowboys are over. Abu Dhabi's M2 exchange is exactly what this industry has been searching for, an exchange that is regulated, backed by billions of dollars, and tied to huge financial institutions. This is very promising for the crypto industry, he says. And according to the high priest Max Kaiser, the central banks have lost control thanks to Bitcoin. Traditional nation states have lost control thanks to Bitcoin. The 1/2 second pre-consciousness where reality is formed is obliterating our collective consciousness. The Bitcoin singularity is upon us. Preach. Also in today's show, $48,000 is now a reasonable Bitcoin price target, according to decent traders. Philby. I'm also going to be sharing with you a very bullish target of between $170,000 and $180,000 per BTC. Also breaking news, XRP jumps and then dumps on fake BlackRock XRP trust filing. We'll also be discussing BlackRock outlining why the SEC must approve the Spot Ethereum ETFs, as well as the first deadline window is looming for the SEC to approve all of these Bitcoin ETFs. We'll also be discussing breaking news. The Grayscale CEO says they're ready for the main event and have been awaiting for this Bitcoin ETF approval. That's right, GBTC currently holds over 620,000 Bitcoin and will soon become a bona fide Spot Bitcoin ETF. I'll be breaking all this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone just joining the live stream. Let me know if the stream is smooth. Good to see the fam out there. What it do, Boz Dragon? Good evening from the UK. Crypto Surge in the building. Good afternoon. Welcome, Skip. On down the road, Mr. Wonderful, you know it. I appreciate $0 G-Row for the super chat each and every day. Shout out to the entire Crypto News Alerts fam. What it do, Crypto Grady? What's up, Will? What up, James? Elsie, listening on my walk. Love to hear that. Putting in a little exercise and getting your daily news. That's what's up. DJ, what it do? Bitcoin is dumping hard. That's a great opportunity to buy. Bitcoin's back at a 2-for-1 fire sale. Buy one, get one free. Seize the moment. What it do, Melda? Stream is smooth. Music to my ears. Stephen Farrell, Fashizi. Welcome, fam. Guy Sardina, hey, Jay. Appreciate ya. Let's go. Dominic, New York in the building. I'm streaming live as we do each and every day from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. What up, Todd Mack? Appreciate you as well. Thanks for tuning in to the live show. Chris, that's right, 420 all day, every day here at Crypto News Alerts. Miles, welcome, fam. Appreciate you tuning in. Sammy Torres, what's up? I'm hooked, dude. JV, love all day. Booyah. Thank you, Sammy Torres. I appreciate your support as well. Passive Income AI, Signa Mafeel, what it do? Shout out to the mods. We got the Coin Father. We got Bitcoin Maximus. We got Digital Dankness. We got Stream Labs. Let's get this mofo lit today, shall we? Robbie Kaiser in the building. Shout out to my daughter, Jolie. Massive shout out to Jolie. Appreciate you tuning in with your father. Much love, much respect. Keep stacking them sats. What up, L Professor? What up, Dan Carden? It's not dumping hard, just correcting from a fairly big gain over the last 2 weeks. Correct. The proper term would be consolidating so we can make our next big move up and this time smash that 38,000 resistance. You know what I mean? So let's go. We have so much to cover, so let's get this show on the road and kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. But first, a quick reminder to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day just like this, as well as get an on on-screen shout out from yours truly. And be sure to smash that like button as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Welcome everyone for tuning in. This is pod episode number 1461. I'm your host, JV, and today is November 14th, 2023. Lots of news to cover with you. Let's kick it off with our market watch. We can see Bitcoin consolidating down 4% on the day, trading just above $35,400. We have Ether down almost 6%, just under $2,000, while BNB, XRP, Cardano all pulling back. Now they say, when in doubt, zoom out. So let's look at the past 30 days. And let's not forget, Bitcoin's still up 32%, trading at 35,400. We're still up roughly, I'd say 120% from the beginning of the year. And again, we're just getting this party started. We're only halfway through Moonvember. You can see Ethereum is also up 27.5%. We got BNB up 16%, XRP up almost 29%, Cardano up 41%, and Solana, one of the top gainers in the top cryptos for the month, up a whopping 150% plus. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at $1.36 trillion with roughly 68 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. We got the Bitcoin dominance at 51% even, and the Ethereum dominance at 17.5%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, yes, Celestia leading the pack again, up a whopping 166% for the week, up 18% for the day, trading at $6.10, followed by ETH DYDX up almost 12%, trading at $3.49, followed by Caspa up 7%, trading just above, looks like 8.8 cents. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on for this bull cycle? Please do let me know in that live chat. And don't forget, this is a live and interactive show. So let me know where you're tuning in from, what you're most excited about. And don't forget about that live poll there in the chat. And checking out crypto bubbles, we can see the top gainers for the day, only a handful with TIA and ETH DYDX, Cake and RLB, and Solana's barely in the green along with costs. And if we look for the past month, we can see virtually everything is in the green, which ultimately means the market cap has been climbing in the past 30 days. A rising tide rises all ships, and virtually every single altcoin is in the green. But currently, for the daily and the weekly, we're consolidating just a little bit. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index shows we're currently rated a 69 in greed. Yesterday, a 72. Last week, a 68. And last month, a 45 in fear. So there you have it. What are you guys doing during this current dip? Are you stacking sats, or are you just waiting for Moon? Let me know in that chat. When's the next point IQ video coming out? He just released one yesterday. You're referring to Coin IQ. Massive shout out to Digital Dankness. So probably have another one being released here soon as well. Crypto Surge. Do you have a poll going? It looks blank for me. Refresh your screen. We do have a poll currently with 116 votes, and it's climbing. So you get to pick how high will the Bitcoin market dominance likely climb for this bull cycle peak. Do you think it'll be as high as 59%? We're right now at 51%. Do you think it'll be 60 to 69%, 70 to 79%, or 80 to 90%? Let me know. Most excited about 9-inch DEX and the big Bon Joskin on ETH, says Kev Machine. Word up. I'm not familiar with that last one you mentioned. From Wisconsin, selling cheese and buying crypto. That's what's up, Marty Portner. Much love, much respect. Fair point consolidation. Word. All good, Dan. I appreciate you tuning in and interacting. Holy crap. There must be a lot of Bitcoiner bullish on this ish coin by my poll results. Which poll results are you referring to, CoinFather? Please do clue me in. ETH, Solana, and Chainlink. Okay. Jersey, Ethereum, second largest crypto. Solana has been probably the top gainer of the top cryptos for the past month. And Chainlink has also been a top gainer as of recently. Also considered the missing link of the blockchain being an Oracle service with real, use cases. Good day to stack sats. I'd say that every single day, but especially when there is a 4% discount on the market, because Bitcoin's about to rip. So let's freaking go. But without further ado, we still have so much to cover. So let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts of where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. Let her rip. Let's freaking go. Here we go. Bitcoin targeted $37,000 at the November 14th Wall Street Open as the U.S. inflation data undercut expectations. Right here, you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Now let's discuss CPI. Data from Cointelegraph and TradingView showed Bitcoin strength returning to the CPI reflected slowing inflation. In October, CPI came in 0.1% below the market forecast, both on the year-on-year and month-on-month. The annual change was 3.2% versus 4% for core CPI. Quoting the Bureau of Labor Statistics right here in an official press release, the all items index rose 3.2% for the 12 months ending October, a smaller increase than the 3.7% increase for the 12 months ending September. It also shared that the all items less food and energy index rose 4% over the last 12 months, its smallest 12-month change since the period ending in September of 2021. So there you have it. So versus the month over, where CPI was just one inflation metric, which overshot versus market consensus, the situation was probably different. The stocks immediately offered a warm reaction at the Wall Street Open, with the S&P 500 up a modest 1.5% for the day. This is the 31st consecutive month with inflation above 3%, but inflation seems to be back on the decline, according to the Kobisi letter. Now, Kobisi, traditionally skeptical of the Fed policy in the current inflationary environment, nonetheless called the print a good result. Now, in line with other recent CPI releases, meanwhile, Bitcoin reacted only modestly, revisiting an intraday low before rising towards $37,000 while still range-bound. And analyzing market composition, we have on-chain monitoring resource material indicators, noting that liquidity was overall pretty thin, a key ingredient for aiding the volatility. And with the whales quiet on the exchanges, it added, retail investors were increasing their Bitcoin exposure. I say especially the whales. Follow the smart money fam. Quoting them here, it is no coincidence that the two smallest order classes are buying. It commented alongside the print for the order book liquidity on Binance. They also shared upside liquidity around the active trading zone is so thin that the whales can't make large orders without major slippage. Watching the smallest order classes on the fire charts, CVD bid Bitcoin up as support strengthens above $36,000. Now let's discuss the Bitcoin price retracements, according to another analyst, down around 4% from the 18-month high seen earlier in the month, where we touched $37,999 before correcting. The Bitcoin price action still impressed market participants, who argued that come downs within the broader uptrend were not only standard, but pretty appropriate. Quoting Crypto Slate here, Bitcoin already down 4.5% from the highs. Bull market corrections are normal and healthy. Preach. He also points out could see up to 20% drawdowns from profit taking or liquidations. This is a normal occurrence and has been seen in previous cycles, so be prepared for all scenarios, fan. And Van Stratton precise Crypto Slate analysis from November 13th suggests that deeper Bitcoin price corrections can still come, given Bitcoin was up 120% thus far year to date. As shared here, it's important to note that market corrections are a normal part of any financial cycle, contributing to the overall health of the market. Now, Philby, the co-founder of Trading Suite, Decent Trader, likewise predicted Bitcoin can see a significant drawdown prior to the April 2024 block subsidy halving event, scheduled to take place in roughly 5 months. If you're pretty pumped for that Bitcoin halving, please do let me know. Also, breaking news just in out of Hong Kong, their base gaming company, Boya, intends to buy $45 million worth of Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Let's go. There's also a lot of news coming out of Hong Kong that they could be launching a Spot Bitcoin ETF. We all know competition is a beautiful thing, and maybe that'll spark a fire under Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC's butt. Just saying. Let me know your thoughts. And shout out to Hong Kong. Beautiful place to be. Also, more breaking news just in. BlackRock says that USDT, the largest stablecoin in the world, and USDC stablecoins pose a risk to Bitcoin, which is very interesting for them to come out and say that. There has to be some logic behind it. Do you think BlackRock and Larry Fink are going to be launching their own stablecoin? Things that make you go, Now, on-chain analyst William Clemente responded with the following: BlackRock funding their own investment, referring to Circle USDC. And before they launched their own stablecoin, remember, It's only business. That's right. And quoting Kevin O'Leary, he's bringing up big news as well. He says the day of the crypto cowboys are over. He says Abu Dhabi's M2 exchange is exactly what this industry has been searching for. An exchange that is regulated, backed by billions of dollars, and tied to huge financial institutions. This is very promising for the crypto industry. Now, there's also rumors we could be seeing an ETF coming out of the Middle East, just like one is going to be coming out of the United States and Hong Kong. Now, could it be Abu Dhabi? Could it be Dubai? You let me know your thoughts, fam, because like I said, competition is a beautiful thing. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, the central banks have lost control thanks to Bitcoin. Traditional nation states have lost control thanks to Bitcoin. The 1/2 second pre-consciousness where reality is formed is obliterating our collective consciousness. The Bitcoin singularity is upon us. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser. Shout out Boz, what it do, fam? I hope we go sideways till the halving. I don't think we'll get that much time to stack cheap stats, says Matthew. I think you're right. I think this window of opportunity is a very small window, and we should seize this opportunity, because if you sit on the sidelines, you may not ever be able to get back in the game. Real talk. What up, Stephen Hubbs? He says top alts I'm excited about include XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Cardano, Matic, as well as Atom. Kevin O'Leary is a scammer. Sam Bankster, fraud's friend. That's right. Wasn't Mr. O'Leary very bullish on the FTX exchange? He was the official ambassador. So it just goes to show you, trust nobody. Verify everything, and anything you hear, take it with a grain of salt, regardless who it's coming from. I think that's sage advice. I appreciate you sharing that, fam. Knoxville, what it do? Not sure I trust an exchange that Kevin O'Leary promotes. I think a lot of people would feel the same way. But nonetheless, big moves coming out of the Middle East regardless, because Abu Dhabi has that oil money just like Dubai, so it should be on everyone's radar regardless. Bitcoin or Ishcoin, you make the call. For me, there is only one winner, says Roger Allen. I'm with you on that, fam. Kev Machine says, Kevin O'Leary. So it seems O'Leary has nobody's respect in the industry after what he did with Bankman-Fried. And then he tried to double down on believing in the FTX exchange and Sam Bankman-Fried and just pointed the finger at CZ and Binance, which was hilarious to say the least, and he did it in front of Congress. How much money was he getting paid to do that is the million-dollar question. O'Leary gets way too much airtime for him to be so new to crypto. Remember when he was anti-Bitcoin and anti-cryptocurrency? It was Bankman-Fried paying him millions of dollars to become an ambassador to FTX. He changed his mind and became bullish on the entire industry. So if you pay him enough money, he'll do anything. It goes to show you. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys agree. Ambrosia, what it do? Kevin O'Leary. I like that one. What's up, Bitcoin Trini? O'Leary, yeah, I agree with you, Todd. It seems to be that way. Edgex, yes, 100% it seems to be this way. I live on Warren Buffett's town, Omaha, but I buy Bitcoin. Love that, Dre the Boss. Appreciate you tuning in. Kitty says Celestia is doing some job. The only coin that's going hard in the last days, I don't know, for long, says Kitty. K-Jam says the Ripple CEO AI generated video ad on YouTube is so believable. Oh, word. I didn't even see that yet. Wow. Listen up. In order for Bitcoin to file for an ETF, it'll have to release the actual owner of the coin. The name is fiction, non-fiction registration only. Wet dream, says Captain. Flat-tastic. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. What up, Dan? Dubai has no oil, only finance and tourism. Thanks for the clarification. I'm just guessing all the Middle East has oil. Dubai owns Abu lots of money after the 2008 crash where Abu Dhabi bailed Dubai out. Good to know. I appreciate the insights, fam. Let's freaking go. I still have so much to cover with you today. So let's continue with where we left off. And let's break down our next story of the day and discuss some potential Bitcoin price targets on the horizon for short term and long term. Let's break this baby down. First and foremost, we're going to be discussing 48,000 as a short term target. Here we go. Bitcoin remains on track to near 50,000 per coin around next year's block subsidy halving, according to analyst Philby. In his latest interview, the co-founder of Trading Suite, Decent Trader, shares his thoughts on the Bitcoin price action. So here we go. Bitcoin has well and truly cemented its exit from the sub 30,000 trading range, which characterized the market for much of 2023, according to Philby. Now, having overcome a multitude of resistance levels, the question for the Bitcoin bulls now is how high and how the price action will turn into the halving. Due April 2024, less than 5 months left remaining until this big event. Philby argues that a reasonable bullish target can lie at just below that $50,000 mark. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. This echoes assumptions from his previous interview in early September when Bitcoin was trading just shy of 26,000. That said, a drawdown can easily come first, testing the morale of those who might already be used to the Bitcoin price upside, and continue reading to discover what the coming months can have in store for Bitcoin from a technical perspective. Here are some of the questions he was asked. Do you think the Bitcoin has definitely broken out of its previous range below 30,000? And how would you gauge the strength of the various moving averages that previously acted as resistance? Here's what the analyst responded with. The 20, the 50, the 100, and 200 week simple moving averages are well around all 30,000 at the moment. They also lie toward the top of the trading range below 30,000 and above 25,000, in which Bitcoin spent 200 days or so. So the two combined would suggest that there will be buying interest below, and together are a strong indicator of a breakout and trend change from the 2-year bear market, as outlined right here in this chart. Next question they asked, what's your timeline for Bitcoin ETF approval? And what do you think the event will do to the price action? He responded, my view on the ETF remains the same, which is that it will continue to be delayed as long as possible. You can thank No Claire Gare for that one, fam. But a spot ETF is inevitable. The major players are not wasting their time, and so it continues to be a matter of when. Amen. Now, given their position on the market manipulation, I wouldn't be surprised to see the approval intentionally come from left field when you're least expecting it. Be prepared for the unexpected. He was also asked, where do you now draw the point of control on the Bitcoin price chart? What resistance and which support levels are you watching? He responded, this really depends upon the time frame. The last couple of years suggest 26,000 is an important point of control, but over the last 6 months, it would suggest closer to 27,000. There is resistance between 38 and 41,000. A lot of volume was traded there before many of the implosions we saw amongst crypto entities. Some people will exit, some will consider redeploying capital under a new environment. There is a clear area of contention. And also mention you are eyeing a Bitcoin price boost as part of a pre-halving action in Q4. Has that perspective changed much since? And some are concerned that Q1 of 2024 might have the opposite effect. Philby responded, I think it's fair to say that we have seen the price appreciation in Q4. The cyclical model implies that Q1 2024 could pull back before another run into the halving. Now, a 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of the bear market, $46,000 to $48,000 per Bitcoin, would be a reasonable technical target assumption from a bullish perspective, in my opinion. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst that around the time of the halving, Bitcoin could be at roughly $46,000 to $48,000 per coin. And now I promise you a more bullish long-term perspective coming from another analyst by the name of Henrik Zaberg. He shares here, Bitcoin may soar to 170,000 to 180,000 per coin with a minimal target of 115,000 per BTC. Yes, a recession will hit the economy and risk assets will be crushed, but not yet. For now, risk assets include Bitcoin will soar. Stay bearish all you like, but you're on the wrong side of the market. Tune in to the Zaberg report. And here he has it right here in this chart. Shows you a bullish scenario playing out for Bitcoin where we can 10 to 11x the current price action. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. Now, hypothetically speaking, if the Bitcoin price were to do a 10x from here, then we're realistically speaking about a $350,000 Bitcoin price. Let me know your thoughts, fam. Soon in what? A taco in Cali will cost you $35. You got to be joking. Roger Allen, that's insane. Fast food, remember the days you can go buy your whole family a meal for maybe $5? Those days are long gone, just saying. What up, Crypto Lucian? What it do? Welcome to the fam. Grandpa Rock, welcome as well. Ambrosia, Chocolate Factory, good to see y'all. What up, DJ? And what up, DGens? Dan Carden, a lot of people are getting poorer here in the UK. Same in the US and elsewhere, and yet Bitcoin keeps climbing. It's not hard to see how the wealth transfer is starting to play out. And how many of you saw a poll? Maybe I'll share it at the end of the show. It's a thread on why Bitcoin will continue to go up forever, Laura, including a $100 million Bitcoin price target. Remind me at the end of the show, and I'll share that with you all as a little bonus if you want to see it. But let me know in that live chat. What up, Todd? What up, Chris? Yo, yo, yo. I went to McDonald's today and paid 15 bucks for 2 Egg McMuffins and 2 hash browns. Good Lord. And I don't even think you're exaggerating. That's probably real. I remember when a Big Mac was 35 cents. I don't remember those days. And my first job was at McDonald's flipping burgers, just FYI, when I was 16 years old. The dip needed to happen. I think it's good. I think consolidation is good. We'll build back stronger. So make sure that we tackle 38,000 without a question. They're all the same, says Matthew. They approved futures settled in fiat, which is made to manipulate the market. Hence why the regulators love manipulating markets, don't they? You know what I mean? Nice little gift to buy at 35,000. Agreed. A great time to be stacking them sats. You asked for a correction, you got it. So seize the moment. When is the ETF approval date? Stay tuned. We're going to be discussing everything ETF related here in the show. Still have a lot of content to cover. You know what I mean? Tamale Tuesday. Let's go. No, I have the recipes a lot. For McDonald's now, I'd rather starve. Yeah, never eat McDonald's. Do you know how many chemicals they add to the food? It goes for all fast food, not just McDonald's, all of them in the same category if you're to ask me. Then burgers were bigger back then too. Yeah, inflation is no joke. And the inflation numbers they share with us are laughable. You know what I mean? Michael Saylor breaks down that there's a true inflation and then we have the fake inflation that Jay Powell perpetuates. You know what I mean? And huge difference between the two. True inflation's like 20, 30%, and they just tell us, oh, inflation's only 2%. No big deal. Yeah, sure. Whatever. What up, DJ? Appreciate you as well. Appreciate you guys just tuning in. Let's freaking go. Sherry Young in the building. I don't eat fast food. The prices are way too high. You shouldn't eat fast food to begin with anyways, even if it was free. If fast food was free, yeah, the rest of the world would be lined up, but I wouldn't be eating that crap. You couldn't pay me to eat that crap because I like to be health conscious. What good is all that Bitcoin without your health? You know what I mean? So protect your health. Like Wu-Tang said back in the day, protect your neck. Just saying. What up, Shane Sullivan? What it do? Go Solana. Putting my gains into Bitcoin. Word up. Some might argue a full Bitcoin tastes like butter. Word up, Neo Styles. That's actually hilarious. Need to brush up on my Espanol when El Salvador. That's a great question. Welcome, Morton, and welcome everyone just tuning in. We still have lots to cover. So now that we broke down this 180,000 price target, now let's discuss a fake news report which sent XRP soaring and then dumping simultaneously right after. There's still a lot of controversy around this story. So let's discuss, is BlackRock planning on launching an XRP ETF? Let's break this baby down. Let's go. A BlackRock filing suggesting the asset manager was creating an XRP ETF caused a 12% spike in XRP, which it quickly lost after the filing was confirmed fake. Now, the saga lasted about an hour, November 13th, as users on X picked up the Delaware filing showing BlackRock filed to register the iShares XRP Trust, a precursor to launching an exchange-traded fund. Now, XRP gained 12%, spiking to 73 cents. Within 30 minutes of the news of the filing. However, it lost all of those gains in half an hour after it was confirmed to be a fake by Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas, who said he spoke directly to BlackRock and they denied the rumor. Now, Balchunas speculated that someone listed the XRP Trust on the Delaware list of corporations website by impersonating BlackRock Managing Director Daniel Schwager, quoting him here, "This is false, confirmed by BlackRock by me. Some wacko must have been added using BlackRock executive name. Come on, man." Now, Bitcoin Magazine analyst, on-chain analyst Dylan LeClaire was one of the first to initially break the news. Balchunas and the block also shared the listing on X in now deleted posts. BlackRock signaled its intention to expand beyond Bitcoin with its ETF aspirations after the firm filed for a spot Ethereum ETF on November 9th, just a few days back, which actually destroyed the pump when we were about to cross 38,000 as some of the market share went right into Ethereum, just FYI. Now, in light of the fake listing, Safeart reiterated that the Spot Ether ETF is real, and it was officially confirmed via the 19B4 submission by the NASDAQ to the United States SEC, as he shared here on X. Now, I mean, you guys let me know. Do you think this XRP listing could be a precursor and they could be listing something? Or do you think it's just a fake rumor to fake out the entire market? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Clearly, BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world. Here's what we know for sure. They're coming for your Bitcoin. They're coming for your Ethereum. That's already a done deal. But what other altcoins could they be coming for? Do you think they will eventually launch a XRP ETF, Solana ETF, or what others? Please do let me know. Just like kind of Grayscale, you know, they have the GBTC product, which holds over 620,000 Bitcoin, and they have a plethora of different, coins to invest in as well. So I'm curious, do you think BlackRock is coming after all of them or just the top ones? Please do let me know. And do you think they're likely to launch their own stablecoin now that they're already talking smack about USDT and USDC? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. Justin Campbell in the building. What it do, JC? Much love. Roger Allen says, I miss Zuma Beach. That's in El Salvador, right? Matrix attack, prepare, says Chris. That's right. Always be prepared for the worst, right? Stephen Hubbs, Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP have all been declared commodities. Ooh, you actually make a good point. I don't know about Ethereum, though. I know Bitcoin is deemed a commodity. XRP had a recent court victory against the SEC, so it seems to be deemed a commodity. But I don't know about Ethereum because I never heard any clarity from No Claire Gare regarding Ethereum. He couldn't ask or answer when he was asked by Congress, Mr. Chairman of the SEC, Gary Gensler, is Ethereum a security? I can't answer that question. I'm No Claire Gare, and we don't give answers here at the SEC. So time will tell. But we got to keep in mind when Ethereum switched their protocol from proof of work to proof of stake, I think proof of stake could be considered or deemed an unregistered security. So honestly, we got to watch out for Ethereum. We don't know how that's going to play out, in my humble opinion. Gensler declared ETH as a commodity by Gensler as a MIT professor. Well, that was before he was working for the SEC. The criminal organization, just saying. You know what I mean? XRP is not a commodity. XRP is not a security. It's a currency / digital fiat. Well, I guess I would consider that a bridge currency, a technology which the banking institutions will be using for the CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm just saying, I don't eat that stuff. I believe you, Sherry. It's all good. Sigma Feel says Litecoin. Who else is bullish on Litecoin? Do let me know. I appreciate it. Which alts are you most bullish on? And let's continue. There's still lots of news to share with you. So now let's break down everything regarding the Ethereum ETF, which we just got the big news this week that BlackRock is going after your Ethereum. So let's discuss it. BlackRock outlines why the SEC must approve spot Ethereum ETFs. Here we go. BlackRock, largest asset manager with 10 trillion, has argued that the US SEC must approve spot Ether ETFs like the one it seeks to launch. The NASDAQ stock market filed with the SEC to list and trade shares of BlackRock spot ETF called the iShares Ethereum Trust last week after the asset manager registered the fund with Delaware's Division of Corporations, which we shared here on the show. Now, in its SEC filing, the NASDAQ Stock Market LLC detailed that the sponsor of BlackRock Spot Ether ETF is iShares Delaware Trust Sponsor LLC, an indirect wholly owned subsidiary of BlackRock. And in addition, Coinbase Custody Trust Company is the custodian for the trust Ether Holdings, quoting them here. To this point, the lack of an ETP, which is an exchange-traded product that holds spot Ether, exposes U.S. investor assets to significant risks because investors that would otherwise seek crypto asset exposure through a spot ETH ETP are forced to find alternative exposure through generally riskier means, according to the NASDAQ, emphasizing the following. Approval of a spot Ether ETP would represent a major win for the protection of U.S. investors in the crypto asset space. Hey, we just need ETPs and ETF spot already. We're sick of the futures. We don't need more and more futures, right? Now, in summary, both the exchange and the sponsor believe that this proposal and the included analysis are sufficient to establish that the CME ETH futures market represents a regulated market of significant size as it relates both to the CME ETH futures market and to the spot Ether market, and that it is a proposal should be approved according to the filing. NASDAQ also noted that the sponsor believes the differences between the Investment Company Act of 1940 and the Securities Act of 1933 and the surveillance sharing available for the CME ETH futures market and the spot Ether market are not meaningful in the context of ETH-based ETF and ETP proposals. However, in a recent case of Grayscale Investments versus the SEC, the court found that the security regulator failed to explain why it approved Bitcoin future ETPs but disapproved Grayscale's proposal to convert its Bitcoin Trust GBTC to a spot Bitcoin ETF. The court subsequently vacated the SEC's disapproval order. Now, NASDAQ noted October 2nd, the SEC approved 9 Ethereum futures ETFs for trading, quoting them here, given that the commission has approved ETFs that offer exposure to ETH futures, which themselves are priced based on the underlying spot Ethereum market. The sponsor believes that the commission must also approve ETPs that offer exposure to spot ETH, just like the trust, according to the exchange. Concluding the following, the sponsor believes that the commission's approval of ETH futures ETFs must and means it must also approve spot Ether ETPs like the trust. I mean, the same argument with Bitcoin. If you're going to accept and allow all the futures ETFs, you got to eventually accept the spot ETF, which is what the investors truly want, right? Now, BlackRock also has an application with the SEC for a spot Bitcoin ETF, which we know. In October, their CEO, Lawrence Fink, said there is a strong demand and pent-up interest in crypto. He previously said that crypto will transcend any one currency, amen, and that BlackRock seeks to democratize crypto. Fink also sees Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and currency devaluation. So there you have it. My crypto fam, let me know if you agree or disagree with the sentiment of BlackRock that the SEC must approve Ethereum ETFs. And what about the Bitcoin ETFs? Let me know as well. Does Grayscale have an XRP trust? I think they may. I remember they had like all the top coins when I used to follow it more religiously. So it wouldn't surprise me if they do for many of the top coins, including XRP. But if someone can confirm that for Matthew, please do let me know. Gensler will also give BlackRock the spot Ethereum ETF. He will then leave the SEC for a BlackRock position. Wouldn't shock me, right? What up, Novum? I appreciate you tuning in. Altcoins and ish coins are going to absolutely fly during the cycle. Normies still have no idea what Bitcoin really is. Institutions will buy the Bitcoin, but the average people will be continuing to ish coin. Sad but true. I wouldn't put it past them. Smash the likes. Thanks for the reminder, Cryptolution. What it do, Stephen Hobby? Bitcoin plus Litecoin is all good in the hood. Word up. It's fake news by the XRP army, says Matthew. Word up. Kathy Wood is hot, says Will. Does anyone agree? Nobody wants XRP, says Matthew. Kathy Wood applied for the ETH ETF first, I think, says Melda. Word up. Gensler will also give BlackRock their, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Yes, that's true. He has backtracked his original opinion on XRP because he is beholden to the banks. Now, as the SEC commissioner, BlackRock wants that spot ETF for XRP, and Gensler will give it to them. It sounds like anything that BlackRock wants, BlackRock will get. What do you guys think? Cheese, sauce, and cheddar, what it do? What up, Stream Tam? What up, Roger? Yeah, on Matrix, Bitcoin waits 2 years for ETF alts for 3 months. Litecoin ETF, 1 day. Oh, word. Is that a prediction? Jay, thanks for all your shows. Love them. Buy Bitcoin. Yeah, you know me. Let's go, Lant. I appreciate that. Gary wants Janet's job. You referring to Janet Yellen? Wild. Wouldn't shock me either. Gary is already worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The dude don't gotta work. I think he's paying back a favor, you know, mafiosa style, favor for a favor. I'm gonna do this favor for you, and one day I'm gonna ask you for a favor. And I felt like that's what the SEC did to Gensler, working with Goldman Sachs, giving him a nice plush, you know, position to do his thing. Kathy Wood was hot, says Mikey V. Hey, I think she's awesome. I think she's hot because of her intelligence. You know what I mean? I don't care about what she physically looks like. When she talks, I'm excited, is all I got to say. When she speaks about Bitcoin and her excitement, it somehow channels through me in my soul. You know what I mean? Kathy was smoking hot, says Novum. I'm with Stigma Field on Litecoin. Issue may be the spot ETF means holding Bitcoin, not speculating on price. So it's a gray area for the SEC. If it outperforms regular markets, then the fiat system is dead. Oh, word. All right, guys, I still got some more breaking stories and news to share with you. So let's continue with where we left off. Our next story, we're going to be discussing the ETF deadlines. There is a window open right now until the 17th. We have 3 more days. There's still a potential possibility from left field that Gary Gensler approves all 1 dozen ETF applications on the table on his desk right now. So let's break this down. Now, again, this isn't likely to happen, but it can happen, so we must discuss it. The US SEC could approve all 12 pending Spot Bitcoin ETF apps by November 17th. 4 days away, fam. I believe that's Friday. Beginning on November 9th, the SEC reportedly has a window to approve all of them, including Grayscale's investment conversion of its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust product, which currently holds over 620,000 BTC, making them the largest hodler of Bitcoin on the planet. However, even if the SEC approves Spot Bitcoin ETFs by November 17th, you got to note it could be more than a month before the products officially launch. So do keep that in mind. But it would be a beautiful Christmas present, wouldn't it? The expected delay in launch following SEC approval would be due to the 2-step process of launching an ETF. For an issuer to start a Bitcoin ETF, it must get the approval from the SEC's Trading and Markets Division on its 19B4 filings and its Corporate Finance Division on the S1 filings or prospectus. And of the 12 Bitcoin ETF apps, 9 issuers have already submitted revised prospectuses showing they have communicated with the Corporate Finance Division. Let's go. Meanwhile, the NASDAQ filed the 19B4 form with the securities regulator on behalf of the $9 trillion asset management giant BlackRock for a proposed ETF, the iShares Ethereum Trust. The move signals BlackRock's intention to expand beyond Bitcoin with its crypto ETF aspirations. The fund has already registered the corporate entity, iShares Ethereum Trust, in Delaware, and at least 5 other firms are seeking SEC approval for a Spot Ether ETF. This includes Van Eck, ARC21 Shares, which is Cathie Wood's company, Invesco, Grayscale, as well as Hashdex. Now let's discuss Clarity Act may forbid the U.S. officials from engaging with Tether's parent company. Interesting, right? U.S. Representatives Zach Nunn and Abigail Spanberger have jointly introduced the Creating Legal Accountability for Rogue Innovators and Tech Act of 2023, or the Clarity Act of 2023. Now, the legislation aims to prohibit federal government officials from conducting business with Chinese blockchain companies. The act would ban government employees from using the underlying networks of Chinese blockchain or crypto trading platforms. Furthermore, it would explicitly forbid U.S. government officials from engaging in transactions with iFinex, the parent company of USDT issuer Tether. Very interesting. And 47 countries pledged to start exchanging crypto tax data by 2027. That's definitely not a good look, fam. Protect your information because people will steal it and use it against you. Just saying. But what's your thoughts on that? Please do let me know. And I actually want to share this with you while we're on the topic as well. You should be able to see right here. This is coming from James Seyfarth, who is a lead ETF expert over at Bloomberg. Here's what he had to share. We're nearing in on the deadline dates for 3 Spot Bitcoin ETF apps. I want to go ahead of it because there's a pretty good chance we'll see delay orders from the SEC. Delay would not change anything about our views and the 90% odds for the 19B4 approval by January 10th of 2024. Now let's blow this up. Let me know if you can see this clearly right now on your screen. It basically shows you some of the deadlines you can see in the green boxes, which he outlined. The first deadline, we have the 17th of this month, which is only 4 days out. That's for the Hashdex Bitcoin ETF, as well as for Franklin Bitcoin ETF. And then for the second deadline, you see the green box hovered around the Global X Bitcoin Trust refiling for Global X. So those are the 3 to keep your eyes out on right now. And which one do you feel will likely get the green light first from the SEC, or do you feel it will be a cluster of all of them being approved at the same time to avoid showing favoritism? Let me know, fam. What up, Matthew? I don't think they'll ever get that one. CoinFather, it's a digital currency. XRP will not have the ETF app until a class action lawsuits are finished, according to the CoinFather. FD says, let's buy AIOZ network at 2 cents. Never heard of it, so be careful, Ishcoin and fam. Kathy needs to wipe her lenses. Always cloudy, says on Matrix. Boom says, you think Bitcoin dumped enough? Will it dump more? Well, Anything's possible. There is no telling. I say be prepared for all scenarios. So meaning have dry powder on the sidelines just in case we do dump more. You can buy dollar cost average, but have a position in the game. Don't just be sitting on the sidelines waiting for a bigger dump, because what if we jump, do the opposite of a dump, and then you get left behind and you don't even have a position in the most valuable appreciating asset in human history. You know what I mean? Especially at a time like this, 5 months away from 2024's Bitcoin halving. We know it's going to be one of the biggest catalysts we have ever seen. Also, we got the approval of all the ETFs, all the hype in the market. We got the supply squeeze. We got the limited supply of the Bitcoin on the exchanges. We got massive asset managers collectively worth over $25 trillion, all going to be fighting over your Bitcoin and Ethereum. And once they get their hands on it, their greedy paws, they're never going to depart with it. So keep that in mind as well. How high are we going, says the coin father? I mean, that's a great question. I only listen to people who are smarter and richer than myself. Congrats, you qualify, says Roger Allen. Well, that's sage advice. I think taking financial advice from someone poor wouldn't make a lot of sense now. Stephen Pack says ETFs can still be denied. That's right. They're more likely going to be pushed back, but there's still that probability. There's still hope. There's a glimmer of hope that Gary can do something, you know what I mean, by the 17th. If we don't get the approval by the 17th, by Friday of this week, then most likely it's going to be January 10th or potentially before, out of left field when nobody's expecting it, because the next big deadline after this week is going to be January 10th. So please do keep that in mind. And with that being shared, now let's dive in to our breaking story of the day and discuss everything related to the Grayscale ETF. Why is Grayscale such a big deal? Because they have the GBTC product, which is their Bitcoin trust, which currently holds over 620,000 BTC, making them the largest hodler of Bitcoin in the world. If they get this green light from the SEC to convert their product into a spot Bitcoin ETF, they're already holding on to the underlying asset. BlackRock is playing catch up. They announced, BlackRock officially, that they just started seeding their BlackRock ETF in October. Grayscale has the first mover's advantage. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. So let's break this down. Here we go. Grayscale CEO by the name of Michael Sonnenschein. He says, we're ready for the main event. We have been awaiting the spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Now, he also says it's not a matter of when. I mean, it's a matter of when, not a matter of if anymore. I agree with that 100%. I want to read you this. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is on its way to become a bona fide spot Bitcoin ETF. But in case you have not realized it, GBTC is already a massive product. Here's two stats, fam. GBTC has about $25 billion of assets under management. That's half the size of gold's ETF. Let that sink in. And number two, GBTC controls about 620,000 Bitcoins. That's more than half of what Satoshi is believed to control. They say Satoshi's wallets hold roughly 1.1 million Bitcoin, while GBTC has half that amount of Bitcoin, making them the largest Bitcoin hodler in the world next to Satoshi. So when they get this thing converted into an ETF, they will already be operating at scale with the first mover's advantage. Let's take a look at this chart to see the scale here we're talking about. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is about to become an ETF, but it's already massive. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has something like 25 billion in assets under management. So check this out. Controlled by Satoshi, you see all those orange squares, then controlled by GBTC, so you can see a comparison to Satoshi's wallet. And then you can see MicroStrategy, which currently controls over 158,400 BTC. So naturally, Satoshi is the largest, then we have GBTC, and then we have MicroStrategy. And this baby is just getting started, just saying. So yeah, let's break this baby down. Here we go. Let's discuss Grayscale and the likelihood of the spot ETF approval. Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein shared Monday morning. He says it's been a 10-year dress rehearsal, meaning they've been awaiting a spot Bitcoin ETF for the past frickin' decade, and says they're ready for this main event. Let's get ready to rumble. Just saying, I had to do that. Ahead of seemingly imminent approval for the conversion of its flagship fund into the spot ETF. ETF, as Michael Sonnenschein shares here. Now, on June 29th of 2022, Grayscale filed a lawsuit against the SEC, and thank God they did, for denying its Spot Bitcoin ETF conversion. And ever since, Grayscale won its lawsuit against the SEC, with the regulator then deciding not to appeal the court decision after, because they know it's a big fat L and they don't stand the chance in the appeal. Otherwise, they would have appealed it. So that was an omen right there that the ETF's getting approved. 10 days later, the U.S. Court of Appeals issued a mandate that the SEC must re-review the Grayscale Spot Bitcoin ETF app. An approval of a spot ETF by the SEC appears almost certain, with Grayscale's chief legal officer recently saying the Spot Bitcoin ETF approval is a matter of when and not a matter of if anymore. We also have JP Morgan, who commented back in September saying that the SEC will likely be forced to approve the Spot Bitcoin ETFs following Grayscale's victory in court. And I agree. I don't think they willfully want it. They prefer to control the markets through futures, but the people want it, the people demand it, and they're supposed to be protecting the best interests of the people. So the people, we rise, we get what we want. We just got to demand it from the damn SEC, right? Now, last week it was highlighted by Bloomberg ETF analyst James Safart that a brief window of opportunity, as I discussed earlier, they have until the 17th to approve all 12 Spot Bitcoin ETF filings, including the Grayscale GBTC conversion. This window opened up last Thursday and remains open until Friday, with this being the last chance of approval for a Spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States in 2023. So there's still hope. Will it be approved? You guys let me know. And while it's possible the batch of spot ETFs get approved this week, it is seemingly unlikely. If we are indeed going to see Bitcoin ETF approval this wave, I think it is more likely to happen closer to January than this current window, according to the ETF expert James Safart, as he shares here on X. New research note from me today. We still believe 90% chance by January 10th. So that's the date to mark on your calendar, fam, for the Spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. But if it comes earlier, we're entering a window where we could waive order of approvals for the current applications could occur. So there is a chance, but probably not going to happen this week. But again, there's still hope. Bitcoin's now up 122% year to date at this time. Not too shabby. And that's thanks to the speculation of the first Spot Bitcoin ETF being approved in the United States, in addition to the upcoming halving for 2024. So send it and let's freaking go. A couple more tweets I wanted to share. I thought this was pretty cool. It's been 10-year dress rehearsal. We're ready for this main event, referring to the approval of the Spot ETF. Now, another analyst, Scott Johnson, shared the following. Looks like we've got some confirmation of number one, without a hard timeline, so almost certainly decided alongside on the other apps, the most likely outcome. As he shared here on the back of his recent tweet, my guess is Grayscale is in one of two positions. Number one, they've received assurances that they'll receive a new order within X amount of days or alongside the other apps. Or number two, they have not received assurances and have demanded a new order by the date or will pursue judicial remedy. So there you freaking have it. And as Nate Gerasi shares here, surprised how quiet it is. GBTC conversion to the ETF. Grayscale won the court case on August 29th, filed the the S3 registration statement October 19th, and the court issued the formal mandate on the ruling October 23rd, but apparently still no word from the SEC on whether Grayscale needs to refile a 19B4. So there you have it, my crypto fam. When do you feel Grayscale will finally get the green light from the SEC and the chairman of the SEC, Gary Gensler, Mr. No Claire Gare himself? Do you think it can potentially be this week? Are your fingers crossed? Are you hopeful? Or are you looking forward to the approval by January 10th? Do let me know. But either way, worst case scenario, less than 60 days away from ETF approval. And they say probably within 30 days from the time we get the green light, the product will officially launch. I hope GBTC does get that green light because, like I said, they're already sitting on the underlying asset. So they have the first mover's advantage against Fidelity, BlackRock, ARK 21 shares, and all the rest of them. We also have the Winklevoss twins, believe it or not. They were the very first to submit a Spot Bitcoin ETF approval to the SEC over a decade ago. That's right. They're the owners of the Gemini exchange. Crazy, right? ETF will be delayed. Mark my words, but the price will go higher to 43,000, says Jaws Tech. Lant, what it do? Bitcoin pullbacks are actually very healthy and necessary. Amen. It's a part of the natural occurrence of the market, right? If we didn't have pullbacks, we'd have major dumps, way bigger drawdowns than what we see in the market. Facts. They will all be approved at the same time, probably by January 10th, according to Stephen Hubbs. I hope you're right. I think competition is a beautiful thing. Now, what if another left field scenario occurs? What if Hong Kong hypothetically dropped their ETF spot before the United States, and all the money ushers into Hong Kong's ETFs? Wouldn't that be something? Or what if Dubai comes out of left field and says, we're launching our ETF? What about this Abu Dhabi exchange that Kevin O'Leary is preaching about? What if they launch some sort of ETF? So again, we have competition. Competition is a beautiful thing. How much will the dip be, says Justin Sem? You let me know. Your guess is as good as mine. I think we obviously already dipped 4%. So we're trading at 35 from the top of 38. So I don't know. I don't think we go back down below 30. Can we correct another couple of thousand? Again, anything can happen, so just be prepared. Those twins sold a lot of Bitcoin. Did they, Sigma Field? What up, Leonardo? This dump on Bitcoin was to liquidate the buyers on the futures at 35,000. Wouldn't surprise me. It seems the market makers are the ones always making the big money. What's the date? Says Jerry. Well, I just told you the date. There is a window open right now for all 12 of the Spot Bitcoin ETF filings to be approved by the 17th, which is Friday, end of the week. If no, the next deadline is January 10th. Those are the dates. There you have it. I say Friday or January 9th or the 10th, says Matthew. Word up. Whoa, Jerry, chill. I mean, good Lord. All good, fam. I appreciate you guys. Remember the bonus thing you mentioned after my comment about the wealth transfer. Oh, that's right. We got bonus content I'm going to share with you right now. Thank you for the reminder. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's go back here. I had a bonus thread I wanted to share because I saw a thread and I shared it. I just got to find it. Give me a second. Let me know if you can see my screen right now, a little bonus content as we're doing the Q&A. I want to share with you a thread on why Bitcoin is going up forever, Laura. It's just going to take me a second to scroll down and pull it up. And it's actually a very good thread. And that's why I shared it. If I tweeted it, there's a reason. But I do share a lot of shorts. So just FYI, if you're not following the Clips channel, you can subscribe to clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. I just got to scroll below all the clips that I recently shared last night and this morning. And then we should be able to find it. Let's see here. Yeah, J Powell says inflation is your fault. Michael Saylor actually discussing the real inflation rate. That's actually a great video. I recommend you all check out why Bitcoin will hit $100,000 per coin before the Bitcoin halving. If you haven't watched these clips, make sure to check it out. Kathy Wood, she pumps me up. You already know. We'll be doing some React sessions a little later on here too as well. Let's find this thread for you. My bad, I should have already pulled it up for you. I just forgot about it. I didn't remember it until I was already live. Let's see here. Here we go. Here's the thread I promise you. Bitcoin heading to $100 million per coin. This is something shared by Rajat Sani, CFA. He wrote here, Bitcoin will eventually trade for 100,000 USD, a million USD, 10 million USD, 100 million USD, etc. Here's how it will happen. Very powerful thread. Here we go. I'm going to read some of them out loud for you. US dollars are the global reserve currency and are well recognized as money anywhere in the world. Facts. You can buy anything of value with Bitcoin because you can use Bitcoin to buy US dollars. Facts. There is always someone in the world who's willing to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a commodity with a global market, and someone is willing to pay 37,000 USD for one Bitcoin right now. Facts, only we're closer to 35,000 after today's correction, right? Bitcoin is programmatically limited to supply 21 million coins. We know a few million are lost and gone forever. As coins are purchased and taken off the exchanges, a large portion of them are never sold again. More people see Bitcoin as a store of value each and every day. And just like everything else, the US dollars are a market good. And as the number of people willing to sell US dollars in exchange for Bitcoin increases, the exchange rate for Bitcoin rises. This means Bitcoin demand goes up, supply of the US dollars go up, while supply of the Bitcoin goes down and demand for the US dollar goes down. This will push the price of Bitcoin up forever, Laura. And if you believe me, stay on the sidelines and watch what happens. Or if you don't believe me, stay on the sidelines and see what happens to Bitcoin over the next few years. Here's his prediction, fam. 2024 plus 2025 rise in price. The supply of new Bitcoin entering the economy scheduled to decrease by 50% every 4 years, hence the Bitcoin halving. The next time this happens is in April, roughly 5 months out. When supply decreases, people are willing to pay more USD to buy Bitcoin. And in 2026, we'll see a very big price drop. Bitcoin is profitable, but most people don't understand it yet. We'll see a lot of companies that try to replicate it, but are scams, like the FTXs, right? Near the middle of the end of 2025, most retail investors will start buying because they will be greedy and feel like they missed out. That's when the FOMO, like a mofo, kicks in. And at this point, we'll see scams everywhere, like FTX and Luna. These companies will likely hold a lot of their customers' BTC and will be forced to sell when they collapse, just like FTX and Luna. This cycle will repeat over and over until Bitcoin is the most widely accepted form of money. Each cycle moves economic value from the current system and into Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin is the apex predator. During this period, 99% plus of the value of the US dollars will move to BTC. That's right. Now, let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst, but he's ultimately saying Bitcoin's gonna eventually hit all these crazy prediction numbers we're sharing with you and go up forever. Why wouldn't it? Because the dollar, as long as they continue to print it, you're gonna lose purchasing power. With Bitcoin, you're gonna gain purchasing power because all fiat currency goes to zero against the apex predator. That's just the name of the game. How many here are deeply involved with VeChain? Asks M. Malay. Please do let us know. I am not. I know VeChain is the official sponsor of the UFC. And I know that VeChain could be used for tracking things. I forget the proper terminology, but you guys let me know who is bullish on that. I agree with that guy 100%, says Stephen Hubbs. I mean, it's common knowledge, right? The dollar will continue to go to zero, you know what I mean, as they print more and more. Purchasing power you lose. Bitcoin gains purchasing power. I mean, what could a Bitcoin buy you 10 years ago? Not much. What can a Bitcoin buy you today? A vehicle? It can buy a lot. You know what I mean? And it's just going to continue. Maybe another 10 years from now, it'll be the year, what is that? 2033. And one Bitcoin will be able to buy you a mansion in Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. 2025 will be the big year. I believe you. Dan Carden, I think we reached the cycle peak in 2025 because it's the year preceding the halving where we typically reach the cycle peak, just like we did in 2021 and in 2017. Duckman says 65 G's, baby. Send it. Word. Steven, VET can't be bought on Coinbase, so I've never bought it. Oh, word. I didn't even realize that. Malay, Malay is pronounced Maya. Oh, good to know. Maya, thank you. Just like the goddess. 10 years ago, a pizza. That's right. You can get two Papa John's pizzas for 10,000 BTC approximately a decade ago. Crazy, right? Maxi, 40 points tonight. What are you referring to, Jay? Exactly, says Dan. Word up. Yes, just don't spill the beans, says Ambrosia. Lant God told me January will be the ETF approval. Maybe you're right. Job blessed, Ron P. Appreciate you tuning in. What up, lovely mining, Gem Test Net? What it do? The market will be drunk at the all-time high. It's already tipsy, says Will. Novum, oh yeah, because the USD is an ish coin going to zero. Exactamundo. You got it. Word up. Appreciate tuning in as well. Thank you guys. Bitcoin price, 123 million by tomorrow, confirmed by someone important. You guys got jokes. I love it. Houses will be selling for 0.1 Bitcoin by 2030. Good point. All depends on where you're at, right? I lost so much money on VET. Laughing my ass off. Haven't sold though, so technically lost nothing. That's right. You only sell. You only lose what you sell. But yeah, I probably got wrecked from the all-time high. I can only imagine. Got high on the last pump and went a little crazy. All good, Brian. It happens to the best of us. That's why we stack sats. Could the first pizza by a Bitcoin be related to Pizzagate? I sure hope not. I doubt it. I think they will delay as long as possible to January. I think you're right, David. I think they're going to kick the can down the road because it gives BlackRock and the major asset managers the ability to stack sats at 35,000. Hypothetically speaking, let's say you're $1 billion company or $1 trillion company, whatever the numbers are, and you had the opportunity to buy a mass amount of Bitcoin. Would you rather buy the mass amount of Bitcoin at 35,000 or at an all-time high? The lower, the better. So Gary Gensler is giving his homeboys on Wall Street the first mover's advantage to stack sats on the low. You already know. This is the game they play. What up, Duck Man? He says, good show. Great show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Larry Fink just called me. He's going to announce it Friday night. Thank you, Unmatrix. That's how rumors spread, right? XRP ETF, don't know. Not fake news. More news slipped by mistake. That's why there's controversy surrounding it. Maybe they were planning it, it slipped, and then BlackRock's like, yo, we didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. Very possible scenario. Trust nobody. Verify everything. Experience, brother. Do you think Bitcoin can go up today or tomorrow? Absolutely. It'll probably dump a little more and then pump and then dump again and go back up. That's my TA for you. It's bigger players who are trying to hold the ETF approval. Right. Make a good point. If they can inflate it, what's the point? Many coins are called, but only Bitcoin is chosen. Amen. Bitcoin is the one. Shout out to OG Blockchain. What'd it do? Yes. Spycraft, UK security gadgets since 1998. 300 mil shorted down on Bitcoin today. Good Lord. Who's got that kind of volume? Uncle Sam. All planned mate. Yes. Wouldn't surprise me. Lots of manipulation in the markets. Again, with futures, ETFs, and derivatives. Derivatives are financial weapons of mass destruction, quoting Warren Buffett. We're sick of futures. None of us need it. We're all looking for spot ETF to offer protection and true price discovery for the first time in human history in an ETF market. Gold ETF market massively manipulated. There's a reason the gold price is hovering around $1,900 an ounce for the past decade, while Bitcoin continues to soar. Poor Peter Schiff. He had the opportunity to capitulate so many times, but he's so ignorant. He can't get through to that thick skull of his, you know what I mean? Liquidity grabs from now. Word. Bitcoin would still go high, even the delay of the ETF. That's right. Also, another scenario. Even if there was no ETF, Bitcoin's still going to reach out to a new all-time high in enterprise discovery mode just because there is a halving. We never had an ETF for institutions before. Bitcoin's still going to do its thing. It's just adding fuel to the fire. You know what I mean? It's just more catalyst, more fuel to the fire. Let that motherfricka burn. Warren Buffett made $450 million in bull market. Oh, word. JFC, look at SOL right now. Bitcoin is the best, but if you can see right now what the narrative will be of the cycle, are you calling for Solana to outpace Bitcoin? Is that what you're hinting at? Peter says his porn name was Peter Stiff. That's hilarious. Yo, why is there Bitcoin dump? It's because I bought some yesterday. Well, true. Okay, that's hilarious, actually. You guys got jokes. I love it. Keep the jokes coming. I'm going to sip on some water. What up, Lant Amor? Where you guys tuned in from? Let me know. And also, fam, everyone make sure to sub. All subscribers of the show will get on-screen shout-outs during these live, sessions like we do, you know what I mean? Sharing the news live with you each and every day. So, and also shout out to Laura. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, and also Liberty in Trust. Thank you, fam. Much love, much respect. Appreciate that a lot. Good stuff. Yes, TIA had a massive run today. It sure did. That's Celestia, right? I think top gainer. It's up like 150% for the week. Peter Stiff. That's a good one, right? Portland, Oregon in the building. That's what's up. I remember playing the Oregon Trail. I think my first computer game on a floppy disk back in the school days when I was in elementary school. Brings back memories. All the alts dumped as Bitcoin dumped like clockwork, as if to say the alts will boom. And then it's given, it's back to Bitcoin up. It is interesting, right? They're going to try to pump Solana to 1,000. The dump and convert it all, says Novum. Who's that? Are you talking about the... I guess the whales? Let me know. D107 says, yep. Word. Appreciate you guys. Well, anyways, fam, we've been live for over an hour. We shared all the news. I gave my bonus segment with you of Bitcoin going up forever, Laura, and surpassing $100 million per coin. We're going to continue, but we're going to continue over on Rumble. If you don't know, now you know. We stream simultaneously each and every day, not only on YouTube, but also on Rumble. So when the YouTube stream ends, we continue with uncensored crypto news alerts and JV reacts over on Rumble. So I strongly encourage everyone to go to Rumble right now. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, or simply find the link in the description below the video, or just go to Rumble and type in Crypto News Alerts. You'll see the live. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Again, uncensored Crypto News Alerts. We have a big, nice JV React session for you today. It's going to be lit. I look forward to seeing you there. And for those of you on YouTube, look forward to seeing you. Same bit time, same bit channel. Now let's all head on over to Rumble. Deuces. All right.